Welcome back everyone to episode 10 of Let's Play Advanced Tactics Gold. We're making some good progress. We've kind of shored up our lines, eliminated a few of the troops behind our front lines, and that's going to help with tying a few of our troops which were tied up. I've also gone ahead and changed the production a bit, so now I'm actually going to start building horses. I love horses as far as carrying around artillery, even using them with engineers and infantry. They're very effective. They're low supply cost, whereas if you wanted to use trucks, they cost 10 supply. Trucks. They cost 10 supply, and obviously they require fuel. But horses are, well, they don't require any fuel, and they also have only, I think, a supply cost of 1. So it's really, really easy to just mount your infantry, mount your engineers, and especially you want to pull your artillery with horses. So the threats as I see them are just this one unit, which has really just been a bit stupid, I think. Put itself kind of way too far out there. I think what we'll do is just ignore it and let it gradually run out of supply. Even if it makes it all the way over here next turn, we'll probably attack it just to spare this engineer any kind of casualties. But other than that, we're just going to shift all the forces forward. So I didn't get this guy close enough to... Oh yeah, he is close enough to move here. That's great. So we'll move him here and shift everybody else forward. I don't know, did I show the attacks that happened last turn? I forget. We were attacked here. I think I showed this already. Big success. Another big success, where was this here? We were attacked. I was fearing that we'd be attacked here, but it ended up being just massive success for us. And this is by the French, mind you. So the French are attacking me, but I don't think that they're attacking yet the Germans. At least we can't see it happen. I should probably try to pay attention very closely to the number of troops in these places before and after my turn. I mean at the end of my turn and the beginning of my next turn, to see if possibly there's some combat going on that I'm not aware of. However, I'm just speculating that there's none so far. Just to give us a how is the rest of the world doing, maybe I'll even turn on hex coloring for a second, and which you usually need to like zoom in and zoom back out to refresh that. So we have the Russians. I think this is actually the French pushing in the north. The Russians went all the way to Lorient. If you remember, they were all the way to the border over here, and now the French are pushing back. In the south, I think the Germans are actually pushing east, although originally I thought it was the Russians pushing west. It looks like now the Germans are actually taking territory back. So we have a little bit of a hodgepodge of things going on in this middle area. It looks like the Russians are pushing west, the French are pushing east, and the Germans are pushing north. So Laval has been completely cut off, except for it's still in French territory, but I might even zoom down to this. A lot of roads are being built, so that's pretty cool. The AI is at work building its roads. Let's see if I could fix this. There we go. But there we go. We see Laval is actually kind of cut off. And it's on this side of the river, but the supply lines to reach it would have to go down this road and then clink, 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 which means it'll cross 2 rivers. And I mean, we can just guess that Laval it's on its own at this point. Now, it is a French city, so the French reinforcements there can just draw from the supplies that Laval builds. But I'm not sure how smart the AI is about doing that. Another thing to note is we do see some French factories going up. I'm sure there's some Russian factories somewhere. Okay, maybe I'll just eat my words. Ah, there we go, a tank factory. So they're starting to use their political power for building factories as well. Okay, so I have my factory to match theirs, but I haven't quite got enough political points to invest in artillery. I think I will be investing in mortars too. I was looking over it, and since we already have a few, I really like the fact that they fight from the back, which could help when you have these huge frontal engagements. It's kind of nice to have some units which are firing from the back. And mortars are pretty effective. They're supply efficient as well. They don't take too much supply. So I guess I like everything about them. So we will be building some mortars and also upgrading our machine gun production soon. I think I mentioned production, but besides switching to horses, I did try to upgrade my machine gun amount, but more importantly, what I've done is cut back on the submachine guns. We're only building 7, and I increased my political points. Now, the reason for doing that is I wanted to have enough such that when I upgrade this unit, this oil, which costs 40, and I'll do right now, click. Now this is level 2, so we're getting even more oil. We'll be up to 4,000 as soon as we convert this oil to level 2. So for the time being, this will just be a level 2. I think we'll leave all the oils at level 2 for the time being. Yeah, time being twice. That's cool. But anyway, that leaves us with 39 political points, but we're adding 56. Remember, the magic number we need to get to for next turn is 84. So you can see that we'll be over it by over 10. But that's fine. I want the political points to start accruing because we want to get mortars. I need to eventually get light tanks. Maybe half tracks, but that's probably a lot later in the game. So let's see, what else? Don't think we'll be using any paratroopers just because the way I do it with difficult research, I mean research is twice as hard to research, and starting off in the quote-unquote Stone Age, which means you don't have any of the basic stuff researched, all you have is basic riflemen. So that means that it takes a long time to get the political points to build transporters and to build paratroopers. So I think we'll probably ignore those unless it gets very late in the game and it's like us against the Russians, which is how I imagine things will eventually go. Because the more we eat away at the French and the Germans, the more Russia should grow in strength compared to them as well. And I assume eventually it's going to come down to just us in the West and the Russians in the East. So then that'll be fun. Okay, so for this turn, what are we going to do? I'm going to turn off hex coloring again. It's kind of fun, but it can kind of mess up, especially if you want to look at supply lines. It'll throw things off. And we know this border, it's pretty obvious that this border means the border between us and the Germans, and this one is with the French. So this unit, let's see, where did I want to start? Oh, yes, I think I'm going to start off by surrounding this unit. Let's go ahead and do that. Oh no, not this unit. This unit will surround it. Now that leaves a small break in our lines, but if we shift all the forces north, I'm going to shift this infantry here and actually attack this unit because it's really low readiness. And remember, we got to take advantage of all the low readiness situations, because low readiness means that they'll die easily, but their production value doesn't decrease with readiness. The production value remains the same. So you're just getting cheap, easy kills, and we want to take advantage of that. So we'll do that attack. Hopefully no casualties. Actually, these are our riflemen, so we don't care, but we didn't suffer any casualties. We only had one retreat, and we killed 11 units. That's perfect. Exactly what we wanted to happen. I don't think we're going to push forward here, because at this point, I think it's more important to have a secure line. I know that this unit can't possibly get all the way over to this oil. I'm not even sure if it can get to this hex. If it does, it's just going to put itself at risk for being destroyed, which is probably what I'll do. I mean, if a low readiness, low unit count unit pushes forward, it'll easily be eliminated by my units over here. Now we've cut off this unit, they'll have to react by attacking out in some direction. Again, my concern is that Bristol might fall, but I'm not actually concerned about Bristol falling. I just don't want it even to be attacked. If you have enough combat value in Bristol to deter them from attacking, that's the ideal. Okay, so I'm going to want to shift forces into this area, which means I will probably refrain from attacking for yet one more turn. Yeah, I think so. I think this is what I have to do. This unit is getting lower on readiness, but I want to... It's like I may have bit off a little more than I can chew. What I wanted to do... Actually, I was thinking if I move this unit over here, I will open the path for them to move to the oil, which is not what I want. They won't be able to get there until next turn. I mean, to the turn after, but even just them stopping this road. Actually, I found out, I think, that doesn't stop me from getting the resources, which is weird, but let's leave them surrounded. That'll force an attack, which is even better. Especially if their attack doesn't go well, their readiness will be lowered, and they won't be able to increase their readiness if they're out of supply. I mean, eventually I have to take care of these guys. I can't just leave them there forever. Maybe we'll pull back here. Can this guy attack if he pulls back? He cannot. But if this guy can attack from his area, this is interesting. Because if I move here and then just have this guy, I don't know, move back at all, it's okay for me to give up this road. What I don't want to do is allow this guy to be reconnected, but if I have this unit here, the connection for them is all the way down over here. I did still want to cut these guys off, though. And really, ideally, I do want to take the road back. So I think the only sensible thing to do here is for this guy to move over here. Actually, I know that this unit can move here. And that's good. This unit can probably move here. It can. So that means these two units are completely free. I can reinforce the area that they're going to move away from completely. Sorry about that, guys. I had to sneeze. Okay, so how far can these guys get? Here? And where can you get? And this guy could actually... Oh, shoot. Whoops. I neglected to cancel my movement screen before I shifted this guy. This might actually be okay. In some weird way, I can do this. I don't know why I didn't think about doing that before, but well, now I've done it. So now we'll still defend this area, like so. And I guess now we move everyone forward. And if we can get away, I don't think we can get away with, I don't think we need this space on the front. Well, it is protecting a river crossing. Let's actually hold this as my one link to the river. Eventually I want the whole river back. It doesn't look like it's going to happen over here anytime soon. We need artillery to be able to soften up the, create weak spots to attack through. For the time being, we don't need to do any of that. And we can create 2 new ranger units. 1, 2. Where can this guy even get to, though? He can get to here. This guy can get to here. And this guy, I assume he can get to here. Yeah, so we could just push everyone forward. We can even push this machine gun forward since there's a lot of forest over here. We can start using our submachine gun guards for the attack. Let's think about it for another moment. Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to let that guy be out of supply another turn. So we have the front totally secure all the way down. Not enough people in this unit to actually create a secondary unit yet, but that's fine. Now the front is completely secure along the road too. Except for this guy's kind of messing it up. So we have to do, I guess the connection... Is it through here? How do these... Yeah, it is through this swamp area, which is not good. Yeah, okay, well, that's fine. We just need to eliminate this unit. And since we have the separate supply zones, I think these guys are in supply. Yeah, they're completely in supply now. So we hold that road and we're okay. This guy will be cut off. I think we've done well. We do want to push maybe one more unit north. Maybe even this guy. Yeah, he can keep moving. Because I think we have enough units to spare. We have 2 new ones that can come, so both of these guys can move into some new location. So if we shift forward... This guy might as well just go directly north himself. Okay, let's do this. Make sure I can do this. Yeah, I can. New unit. Special forces. We'll move this guy here. Yeah. And similarly, another ranger unit here. Special forces. And we'll move this guy here. Now we do want to create, we have all these submachine guns and machine guns, so let's go ahead and create another new unit. Okay, let's be careful. Yeah, we're okay, we're still okay. I don't want to create so many new units with the political point usage that I am not able to research artillery next turn. But we're doing okay. I'll also make this guy headquarters here. Whoops. Well, yeah, we might as well make him the submachine gun guard, sure. And we'll put in the 30 submachine guns and the 10 machine guns. Okay, now where should he go though? This is a good spot, we have one there, and then we need people in the forest. So really, we can't move any further than this, I see. Okay. I guess the best thing to do is just move him forward then. We will want to attack into the forest eventually. So, sure. We can do that. I think this is the time for us to move this headquarters unit 1 forward as well. Let's see, we have enough for another machine gun unit though. No reason to keep those units in my Supreme headquarters. Let's get them out and mobile. I'll just double supply this line because I can, and because it puts us in a good position to attack this unit if he sticks around until next turn. In fact, I'll even put a 3rd submachine gun unit here. Still okay, we're at 70 now. We can go down to 80, let's see. We're down to, oh. No, we're at 90, and we can go down to 84. So we're doing okay. Good, one last one. The question is, does this one need to go east? Because I do see this forest here, but the best, the natural defense points, if we're looking east, are definitely either at the river or using this 3 terrain area and then just reinforcing the middle. But this, and this is a great triangle of defense. It's like a natural barrier. I don't think we'll be able to push them back to the river. Alright, so that's all that. I think we're done with everything we need to do. The submachine guns, we do have plenty of submachine guns and machine guns. Let's also switch some more units. I think we're at 124, 123. So we're about even, but we're going to have to switch some more units over to the new north headquarters. And probably this north headquarters should move forward north a little bit more since its units are all the way over here. Let's see how far it can go. Yeah, it's, wow, actually in great condition. We can move it over here even. It'll take it out of Oxford, but Oxford's very well defended. Let's move it here. We'll have this machine gun unit switch headquarters. And the good news is, although it lowered the readiness by 50, it didn't lower its entrenchment. I was paying attention to that. So that means this has a combat value of 120, which does not include its massive entrenchment bonus. And it also doesn't include its plus 25% bonus for being in the city. So yeah, we're not worried about that. Even if we're pushed back here, that unit just falls back to Oxford, which is totally okay. And I suspect that even if they are pushed out here, it'll be done at such a cost that it'll still have been worth it to keep the unit there. Okay, so it doesn't have any other units. How many trucks do you have? 14. I would like to get some more trucks up to this unit, but how much does it take? Quite a lot maybe? And we don't have that much land capacity. We can get one truck there. Let's see what it costs in fuel, 22,021 to get one more truck up there. Quite a lot. Let's not do that again. It's not worth it either. Did this unit just get 0 action points? I'm stupid. I wanted to move this guy south one as well, but that's okay. Is there anything else we need to do? Okay, what is your like very, very high, huge amount of staff percentage. Hopefully we're not building any more staff in these two. 0 staff, that's good. And machine gun's good. He really doesn't need any more staff, so that's what I desire. Did this guy get a unit card? I still haven't used the unit card, so there's a 48% chance to receive charge. I don't know what that means, but let that alone for the time being. And let's move our headquarters north one. I don't think we need to create anything else. This does put this guy one more out of supply one more out of proximity from 100 to 80. But everybody else is going to benefit, so I think it's worth it. And because this unit is threatened on 2 sides, and he actually does have 40% proximity, I'm not going to switch him over to this headquarters yet. So one that we could switch over is probably this guy. He's at 60% right now. Actually, yeah, let's do it though. Let's switch him over now. Okay, good. So I think that's all that we want to do on this turn. Not a whole lot of attacking, just basically let's form a line. Let's end the turn and see what happens. Okay, here we go. That was the Russian turn, which we, of course, don't care about. They did push forward. That's a lot of units, 307, 256. That's very high combat value, but they didn't attack. One attack here. We didn't lose anybody, I saw. And that was the weak corner, okay? Again, 0 losses, incredible. My units are really coming into their own. So this is amazing. We didn't lose any infantry and we killed 111. Obviously the efficiency here is infinite. But even killing 1 unit if you don't lose anybody is infinite efficiency. But just, 111 for 0 it's just insane. The same way I was saying, wow, earlier we were having really bad luck. I would say that's relatively good luck. I mean, not just relatively. Who am I kidding? That's exceptionally good luck. And these guys did move forward kind of in the area I wanted, so we can attack them. But let's very quickly look at the history. So moving forward, this guy did move around there. Is this like reinforcing? Looks like they're reinforcing. Damn, they had a combat value of 468 there for a second. But I'm okay with that. My desire is Coutances and Nîmes, which they don't appear to be defending as heavily as they are this German. Maybe it's because the Germans are here. Okay, some more moving. Now we're already to the German turn. So the French didn't attack us at all, I guess. Okay, they attacked here. That's the one, I was okay with them attacking that. I think they suffered huge losses because they had an attack stack penalty. It looks like they attacked from, 2 hexes, and they definitely had more than 100 stack. So that would definitely cost them extra units. What's strange to me, which is wonderful, but we didn't take any losses. It's fantastic. So maybe this is where the Rangers stat is kicking in finally. Oh, did they attack with any engineers, by the way? Oh, shoot. Next battle. No. Go to next battle. There, that's the one. They didn't attack with any of their engineers. That's good. Okay, now we can go forward, and we'll get to that next battle. Okay, here it is. Again, they attacked from 2 locations, so they didn't have... Probably only had 100 attack stack to work with, and they were way over that, which means they will suffer extra casualties. And this is a really heavily entrenched unit, defending better because of the forest, and with machine guns, which are better against infantry on defense anyway. Yeah. Still a little bit surprising that we didn't lose anybody, but really good overall. Alright, good. So what do we want to do in the next turn? Maybe we can even just push on and try to get 2 turns. No, I'd rather just cut this video off here. And then we'll try to make maybe a 2-turn video in the next episode. it's nice when things start to fall into place, you kind of know what you're doing more, and hopefully you can squeeze out more than one turn per episode. Well, the first thing we're going to do is I have the political points, so I'm going to research artillery. It's going to take us down to 6 political points, but the great thing is now for production, we can actually start building artillery, which means that we'll have 4 new artillery on the next turn, and even better is I will have the means to transport them because I got 8 horses in my last one. So it only takes 1 horse, 1 artillery, 1 horse per artillery. So we'll be at we'll have more horses than we need for the time being, but eventually I'll be using the horses with engineers and other things too. And they're such cheap units, I don't regret building them. Okay, well, we're going to call this episode to close. Thanks for watching this one, and I'll pick this up in the next episode. Until then, take care.